All right, Shalom. First and foremost, giving all praise, glory, and honor that's due to Yahweh Bashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachah, HaKodash, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who rule well. Peace and blessings to the 144,000 and the hopeful elect, Shalom, Barakathum. And I'm going to title this lesson in transit, Make the Necessary Adjustments. All right, make the necessary adjustments. There are no excuses. All right, and this goes as a land back on the video the brother did. I don't have the brother's name, about Jake being soft, man. All right, and that's very true. That's a demon you have to constantly rebuke, because if you don't, you'll soften your way out of this truth, man. All right. At the end of the day, the Lord called us to be what? A soldier. He says, endure hardness. All right, as a good soldier. That means the elect are going to experience hardships, man. We're going to experience shortfalls. Why else did the Lord go through the trouble of preaching about brotherhood, about loving one another? Because he knew that each brother was going to have to go through his own thing, that each brother was going to have his own fight. All right. And we cannot be like the world, where you got people, they'll be friends for years, but then they're looking at their friend's woman. All right. Or they're getting envious of them because they got a good business idea. All right, they'll snike you for a promotion or something like that. We're not to be in that spirit. All right, and there's a reason for that. Why? Because we would go through things. Okay, your flesh, I say it all the time, your flesh is a hoe, man. Okay, if it was up to your flesh, your ass wouldn't get out of bed and do nothing, because this place is oppressive, man. We're in punishment, but you got to do it. All right, and you have it in you to do it. Like the brother said, if the Lord saw fit to give you this truth, man, the Lord already dealing with you, man. You know, how many people just heard it and then it went in one ear and then out the other? Why do you still have it? You have to value that, man. The scriptures liken this as a pearl of great price. And what do you do with a pearl of great price? All right. That's how you have to see yourself. Salaki, his vehicle is shaking. This camera. You have to be in that spirit, man. All right. It's very easy to get into the woe is me spirit, and sometimes I get it. You have weeks where it's one thing after another, and you feel like you just can't catch a break. Those things happen, man. All right. Some days you break down, man. You just cry out to the Lord and you break down. Those things are fine, but you know what you have to do at the end of the day? Get your ass back up and do the work, man. Okay? You're a soldier. Remember those war movies? You'll see people in the platoon right next to him. His best friend, he knew him. He gets clipped in the middle of a fight, a battlefield, man, a firefight. Okay? Can he sit there and mourn and cry? No, you're in a fight, man. You got to get your ass up and move. Part of this boils down to a sense of urgency, man. Okay? Part of this boils down to a lack of fear, because if you knew what was getting ready to happen and you got the truth, man, you'll just be grateful, man. And I got to remind myself of these things too. You get annoyed, you get frustrated with things, but this life is soft, man. Most brothers stay in a place with air conditioning. Most brothers work a job where they can feed themselves at least. All right. This world will soften you, man, to the point where you feel inadequate. You start questioning yourself. You give way over to the doubt demon. All right. But the scripture said, press toward the mark. What does press mean? Press means pressure. That means there's going to be resistance. Okay. And resistance is going to come in the form of demons fucking with you. All right. Your co-workers just getting on your ass, or your boss. All right. It's going to come with a lot of things, man, a lot of grief, man. You're going to lose women, okay? You're going to lose money. You're going to have a great business idea, and it's going to slip out of your hand. But you got to remember Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, and we ain't finished our sentence yet, man, And ultimately, you have to give this shit up in your mind. You got to be like, fuck all of this shit. If you don't have the spirit of a pilgrim, all right, when you're ready to leave everything at the drop of a hat, you're going to struggle, man, all right? You're gonna struggle because you're too goddamn attached to things here that don't mean nothing. A PS5 doesn't mean nothing. A job, a promotion, that don't mean nothing. Your favorite car, man, it don't mean shit. And if you fixate on those things too much, the Lord got a way of showing you how jealous he is, and he'll rip that shit from you, man. And then he'll say, what you gonna do then? You gonna still serve me or no? You know? And if the answer is no, you already know what the remedy is. You know? But the Lord chose select special spirits, man. You have to believe that. It boils down to faith. You have to believe that you're gonna make it, man. All right? You have to believe that, man. Okay? This is what a lot of fighters suffer from. You know, when you fight people like Mike Tyson, man. Mike Tyson won most of his fights before the bell starts, because like Tyson was just so vicious that his opponent was already in his head. Oh, this nigga gonna knock me out, man. Or if he don't say that, he'll just rationalize. Well, as long as I make it to round 3, I did better than the last guy. No, that's not a championship mentality, man. Man, fuck that. You have to know, and without a shadow of a doubt, no matter if he is Mike Tyson, that you can knock his ass out. You know, you got to know that. And where does that confidence come from? Faith in Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. You know, quit being weak. Quit getting in this whole ass spirit. All right. Separate yourself. If you around too many women, separate yourself, man. You know. You getting too much of that soft ass spirit on you, being around call the brothers up, man, and hang out with the brothers, man. All right? But there ain't no excuses at the end of the day, you know? The Lord is not accepting none of that, man. We've went off over and over and over again. We've offended the Lord over and over and over again. He had enough mercy to give us this, man. So you're supposed to take advantage of it, man, not making excuses. And this is not to get on brothers that go through things. We all have our moments. But we gotta, at the end of the day, what's in us, man, is in us, man. I always go back to the Rocky movies. What made the Rocky movies so good was not how good of a boxer Rocky was. It was his ability to come back, man. You know, it was movies, but you know, he was eating some bombs, man, catching them. Where they to the point where he barely makes it out of the round. They like, oh yeah, the next round he threw, but then what happens? He digs deep, he finds it in him, man. That's what made those movies so great. It's a story of redemption. That's our story, man. You got to believe that we were the ancient Israelites, man. This is the greatest comeback in history. Why else did our forefathers write over and over and over again? Be of good courage, don't fear. Every time we had to fight an enemy, every time we were our backs up against the wall, you know, the Lord had to call things into our remembrance, man. And yeah, we're men, but guess what? You know, ultimately, the Lord is gonna require more of you than that. Remember, you are God's. So what does it say in 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter? Let go of the mortal thoughts and put off the weak nature. Okay? This applies to every facet of your life. You need to be a brother. Okay? And you cannot be a brother if you are melting down. All right? You're devolving from too much stress, anxiety. All right, you're not a stone. The Lord is using stones to build a temple, man, not hay. All right, not wood. He's using stones. Okay, and you gotta be solid in this thing, man. All right, you gotta be rooted. You know. And so, if those things are in question, if your faith is not shored up, all right, if your fear of the Lord is not shored up, guess what? Everything else is gonna be shaky and wobbly. You know, and it's a matter of time before a demon gets the better of your ass. All right. And the Lord don't have to forgive you on the 5th time. OK. You know, you gotta put those things in mind, man. Don't afflict yourself unnecessarily. I forget the precept. But basically goes into don't be afflicting yourself unnecessarily, man. OK. Because the Lord is dealing with mighty men. Okay, and it starts in your spirit, man. Okay, you got to constantly pray, you got to constantly meditate, you got to constantly encourage other brothers, man. Even if it don't seem like it, brothers be putting on a smile, just encourage brothers, man. Be a brother, man. Be a stone of the temple. The stone next to the other stone helps the stability of the whole building. The stone on the top of the other stone, all right, it's relying on the stone beneath it. You know, that's what we are, man. We're a temple. That's why that parable is there. Okay, we're a choice select stone that the Most High chose out of everybody, man. Out of everybody. He chose the Israelites out of every nation, and then he chose the elect out of the Israelites, okay, to do the things that we're doing, man, which is getting the victory, pursuing Isaiah the 25th chapter. All right, you want to be a part of that number, you know. So I just wanted to say that and reply to the brother's video, because it amped me up in the spirit, man, you know. Because these are nothing but demons that are messing with us, man. That it's a mind over matter thing. You know, they attempted, they tried Yahushua, you know they're gonna try you, you know. So it's a requirement, man. All right. Anyway, I'll end it there, man. Lord willing, this was edifying. On to the next. Shalom.